say nothing lasts forever. Change must come, and this is the hour. This year we go rock them, NDP go shock them. We sending them home, we sending them home. This year we go rock them, Friday go shock them. We sending them home, we sending them home. This year we go rock them. This year we go shock them. We sending them home. We sending them home. This year we go rock them. NDP go shock them. We sending them home. We sending them home. Every day, pocket go well. Boy, one day, party I go chop out. Tell them say, nothing lasts forever. Change must come, and this is the hour. This year we go rock them. NDP go shock them. We sending them home. We sending them home. This year we go rock them. Friday go shock them. We sending them home. We sending them home. Things are really hard in the country. Things are really bad in the country. Everybody balling. More people crying. Unemployment high in the country. Crime and violence all over the country. It is so alarming and real frustrating. And this government, they don't really care. So when you're voting this year, make sure get them out of here. Yo! This year we go rock them. This year we go shock them. We sending them home. We sending them home. This year we go rock them. NDP go shock them. We sending them home. We sending them home. Every day, pocket go well. Boy, one day, party I go chop out. Tell them say, nothing lasts forever. Change must come, and this is the hour. This year we go rock them, NDP go shock them. We sending them home, we sending them home. This year we go rock them, Friday go shock them. We sending them home, we sending them home. This year we go rock them, this year we go shock them. We sending them home, we sending them home. This year we go rock them, NDP go shock them. We sending them home. We sending them home. This year we go rock them. NDP go shock them. We sending them home. We sending them home. This year we go rock them. Friday go shock them. We sending them home. We sending them home. This year we go rock them. NDP go shock them. We sending them home. We sending them home. This year we go rock them. Friday go shock them. We sending them home.
Everybody, it's time to fall in. The New Democratic Party once again is on the move. Central Leeward this Thursday, August 28th at Garden, Buckaman Bay. The NDP is at it again from 7:30 p.m. Stand strong with your candidate, Conroy Huggins, under the theme, Together We Win with Huggins. Joining him on the stage will be a powerhouse lineup. Vice Presidents Major Sinclair Leacock and Nigel Nature Stevenson. Party Chairman Daniel Cummins. From North Leeward, Dr. Kishore Shallow. And from North Windward, Senator Chevron John. Remember, the code is yellow and it's time to fall in. And let's win the thing with the NDP. All roads lead to East St. George, Wednesday, September 3rd at Glen. Starting at 7 p.m., we're calling everyone to come out and rally with your candidate, Laverne Gibson Velux, alongside party leader and next Prime Minister of SVG, Dr. Godwin Friday, plus guest speakers, Fitz Bramble, Dr. Kishore Shallow, Andrew John, Philip Jackson, and Kashaka Cupid. This is more than a meeting. This is the movement for change. The NDP is ready, and together with you, we will win.
This election, I want to tell you one thing. One thing. You see, we Vinci, what? You see, we're not voting you will be again. Never. They want everything for themselves. Everything. They acting like SPG is theirs. But SPG belongs to we. But it's ours. Ours. People, let me tell you something. Let me tell you. I don't like how Labour moving.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, telling you, boy, the New Democratic Party, we busy. We busy, ladies and gentlemen. We busy. You heard Central Leeward, East St. George, but there is more, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, South Central Windward, Chatman's Village meeting is the same night, Thursday night, as the Central Leeward meeting. So it's 2 nights, well, actually, 2 meetings on the same night. Central Leeward and South Central Windward. Of course, Israel Bruce is having his meeting. Chatman's Village. Come and hear from members of the New Democratic Party, Major Sinclair Leacock, Andrew John, Chieftain Neptune, Philip Jackson, and of course the man himself, Israel Bruce. It's happening next to Sanford's shop. And it's this Thursday. Folks, we encourage you, come on out. Come out in your numbers. Walk with your yellow flags, your yellow rags, your yellow horn, your yellow whistle, and come out. We turning up the windward side, and we turning up the leeward side on Thursday night. New Democratic Party, come on out. The rallying call is being made to come out to the village meetings. And let the whole country know, tongue and country, windward and leeward, that the New Democratic Party is the way to go. It is the future of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And that the majority of people in this country want change and is ready for the change, is ready for the New Democratic Party. Come on, people. Let's win the thing. Let us win the thing. Today is a Tuesday. Normally on a Tuesday, we're joined by both Chairman and Deputy Chairman of the New Democratic Party, the Honorable Daniel Cummins and Laverne Gibson Velox, both of which will be joining us here on the program today. Hopefully, we might be able to be joined by both candidates of the New Democratic Party from North Leeward and East Kingstown, Dr. Kishore Shallow and the Honorable Dwight Fitzgerald Bramble. That's normally the lineup and the cast here on a Tuesday on the Newtimes program. And we know it's also a constituency day for many of those candidates who are out and about. But you will be hearing from both chairman and deputy chairman on the program today. Folks, don't be sidetracked by a lot of the rhetoric and a lot of the propaganda that is being spewed right now. We know that there's going to be a lot of distractions, especially leading up to the general elections, where many persons will try their very best to sell you all sorts of propaganda. But one thing is certain, one thing is clear, that the only way forward for St. Vincent and the Grenadines is under a New Democratic Party government. Stay with us. We take a quick break again. When we come back, we're joined by Chairman and Deputy Chairman of the party here on the program today.
Run them. Everybody, it's time to fall in. The New Democratic Party once again is on the move. Central Leeward this Thursday, August 28th at Garden, Bookerman Bay. The NDP is at it again from 7:30 p.m. Stand strong with your candidate, Conroy Huggins, under the theme, Together We Win with Huggins. Joining him on the stage will be a powerhouse lineup. Vice President Major Sinclair Leacock and Nigel Nature Stevenson. Party Chairman Daniel Cummins. From North Leeward, Dr. Kishore Shallow. And from North Windward, Senator Chevron John. Remember, the code is yellow and it's time to fall in. And let's win the thing with the NDP. All roads lead to East St. George, Wednesday, September 3rd at Glen, starting at 7 p.m. We're calling everyone to come out and rally with your candidate, Laverne Gibson Velox, alongside party leader and next Prime Minister of SVG, Dr. Godwin Friday, plus guest speakers, Fitz Bramble, Dr. Kishore Shallow, Andrew John, Philip Jackson, and Kashaka Cupid. This is more than a meeting. This is the movement for change. The NDP is ready, and together with you, we will win.
Hey! We all in on this. Enough is enough. This is it. is enough. The people say they gone now. You want to hear that again? Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Properly gone. What hidden in darkness must come out in light. Yes. Don't you be a coward. Just stand up and fight. Remember they fight the teachers like they have no right. Remember forcing them to take vaccine. All of that was spite. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. You want to hear that again? Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Properly gone. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Totally gone. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Family gone. Current situation is out of control. Every time you wake up, you're losing another soul. The people, they're not satisfied, but they're afraid to open their mouth. Why? Because if they say anything, the vaccine food out your mouth up the corner. Enough is enough. The people say
Enough is enough. The people say they're gone now. It's time for them to go, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning again, and welcome to the New Times program. Once again, like I said, we're being joined by the president. Actually, we're being joined by the chairman of the New Democratic Party, ladies and gentlemen. So let us welcome the Honorable Daniel Cummins to the New Times program. Mr. Cummins, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Colin. Are you hearing me?
Yes, loud and clear, loud and clear.
Okay, thanks. Good morning, St. Vincent and Grenadines. Good to be back on the program for another Tuesday. And want to greet everyone wherever you are in St. Vincent and Grenadines or wherever you are around the world. We in St. Vincent and the Grenadines are preparing earnestly to rescue what's left of our country by getting rid of these clowns who have been depressing our people for so long. And it's always good to be back on the program. Colin, looking forward to hearing and joining Sister Bellox and others on the program today. Thank you much.
All right. Well, it's always a pleasure having you here. Ms. Velox will join us momentarily. But as always, I defer to you to your opening statements. If there's any statements that you would like to make here at the start of the program this morning, to go right ahead and do that this morning.
Yes, so thanks again, Colin. And again, let me greet in a very special way all the people of West Kingstown, the constituency I have the honor and privilege to represent in the Parliament of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Um, I don't know what is happening, Colin, but of late we're having so many deaths in our communities, and people dying sometimes under strange circumstances, and of course, the incidence of violence is raising its ugly head again, and that doesn't all go well for us as a people. So, to all of those who lost loved ones, and I know in my own community we've lost quite a few. And I want to extend to all the families and friends my sympathies. It's never an easy thing when you lose a loved one, but we understand that life goes on. So I pray that God will give you the courage to do what you can do and leave the balance of the things to Him. So we are all with you in the struggles at this time, and we wish you all the very best. But in St. Vincent and Grenadines, I've often said, anyone who requires a reason, who is looking for a reason to get rid of these people who have destroyed our country for so long and left us with such a huge debt, and left us with a healthcare system that is the laughing stock of the Caribbean. Um, Anyone who needs a reason to go out and vote against these people seriously needs some psychological counseling. I mean, the the time for change of government has long passed. Right now, when the NDP get into government, the challenge for us is going to be huge. But I say again, it's not the first time that an NDP government will leave the treasury empty. meet the debt ceiling extremely high, find that the infrastructure is poor, find that the public services has been destroyed, and that people of incompetence are placed in positions of authority and do not understand how it is to assist people in becoming the best they can be. So we have our work cut out. But I say always, Dr. Friday and the wonderful team he's put together, we have been preparing ourselves for this for many years. And we know what is to be done. We have the courage to do what is to be done. And we know that the vast majority of the people of this country are anxiously awaiting the return of the New Democratic Party. I mean, every constituency you begin with, from the north, in the windward and the leeward, we have two candidates who have committed themselves to serve this country. Chevron John, since the last election, every single day has been doing all in her powers with the help of friends near and far to assist so many people in her own constituency. And the theme of the New Democratic Party is that every day counts. We don't sit and wait until an election is nigh to try to do something. We don't pick out who we want to help based on any political or any other distinction, but purely based on needs and given our limited resources. That is the big difference between ourselves and what passes for governance in this country. And how we yearn for the day when this election will be called and the people will get the opportunity to exercise that franchise so that we can collectively breathe a sigh of relief, that we can get our health care to the point where Vincentians abroad will be happy to come home and live knowing that within our means, the best possible health care will be made available to each and every one. And there are so many fundamental things that have to be done differently to achieve that. And so we are anxiously waiting on that. We are anxiously waiting on the day when pothole fixing wouldn't require van drivers to go on strike, but will become a routine matter. In fact, what the roads have been so allowed to deteriorate that the NDP program will have to be one of rebuilding roads, rebuilding what passes for road now, and putting roads where they're needed in so many areas. In the communities, in my own West Kingston, the community of Great House, under the leadership of John Horn, Great House was established into a housing entity with the main roads being put in and everything surveyed. And all that was left was for the other link roads in the communities so that people can drive to their homes. That when under construction, the vehicles can drop the materials near to your property. What obtains now is that a resident in this community has to leave the sand and the aggregate and the blocks some distance away, and they have to pay almost as much to move it from there to where they're constructing their home. In the process, some of it is washed away, some of it is stolen. So the costs of those materials have increased substantially because of lack of access to your home. But it's even worse than that. In some of these communities, God forbid if someone should fall sick in the night, getting a sick out of those areas, it's difficult to just imagine how it is possible under those circumstances. Inadequate lighting and absolute lack of road. And even when there's a track, it's often slippery and dangerous in the day, more for trying to move someone out in the night. But I want to say to all of the people of this country, beginning with my own constituency, nobody will have to come and beg an NDP government to fix roads. No, that is a right. Nobody will have to beg an administration to establish markets for your agricultural produce. There are so many planks on which NDP will make your life better. I want to ask all of the people of this country, especially the young ones who have never seen an NDP at work, give the New Democratic Party an opportunity to show you what good governance is about. how your life will be made so much better with a government led by Dr. Friday and ably assisted with a magnificent team of people that he has put together. And Colin, I don't want to speak too much today because I see the party's real chairperson is in studio waiting. I want to say good morning to my dear friend Labo and thank you for the time being.
Good morning, Chairman Cummins. How are you today?
I'm not as good as you, but I'm giving thanks. I'm actually just back from doing some my usual physiotherapy to keep the joints them moving.
Well, I hope that went well because we need you and you have a lot of hills to climb in your constituency.
Indeed.
All right. Well, let me say good morning to you, Mrs. Velox. And just like the chairman, as deputy chair, I allow you with some opening remarks or statements that you'd like to make here this morning on the program.
Good morning, Colin, and good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, especially good morning to the people of East St. George, my constituency, the constituency which I intend to be representing come next election. Colin, this morning I'm here, all, full of, I don't know, vigor and vim. I don't know. I think I slept very well last night. So I woke up with a little spring in my step. And, as usual, I mean, I think the people of East St. George know how ready and willing I am to serve them and serve them properly, like how any good representative would serve them, not just peeping through, every now and again, only coming in 3 months before election and all of that, representation that is perennial, you know, and I know that they know me and they've seen me around the constituency. I'm approachable. They can come and speak to me and we have our conversations and it's really good to get to know a lot of them because last election I was only in for like 3 months before and it was not easy. I really didn't get to see them. And a lot of people.
What amazing job you did in just 3 months.
But a lot of people that I did speak to, they were like, so Miss, why you running? When election finished, we wouldn't see you again. I said, no, I'm not like that. I plan to stick around. So I went back the very next day after election to show them, and I have not stopped going. And the constituency is so huge that I still haven't met everybody. But I'm working diligently on it. I am working diligently on it because I have to see. And apart from that, there's so many trouble spots in East St. George that I have to get to them at some point in time because I think somebody reached out to me and said that work was going to start. Our contract was signed for the that little playing field in Rebishu with that $500,000 wall. Just the wall alone cost $500,000 where that came down, and I have to go and look at it to see what is happening. I can tell you one thing. After all of this is done, I'll feel like a qualified engineer. And I think Mr. Cummins should recommend me for an honorary one someplace, because I'm really getting into this construction thing, especially with roads and walls, because, it seems as though in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, we don't pay attention to quality work. And what we end up with is a lot of shoddy work, work that, the construction doesn't last. I've been went into Enams yesterday morning, and I was surprised that a road that was fixed. I think it was resurfaced after the last election or just before the last election. I couldn't believe the potholes. I mean, how do people drive on these roads? I mean, right about now, outside my house, there's a road being built to go up on that little hill where Nana used to live up there. And, it's sad that you're going through this process, but the road in front of my house, just below me, is still in a mess. So I said to them, so when are y'all doing this piece? Or they said, no, our contract is just for up the hill. I said, but the people up the hill have to drive on this rough road before they get to their smooth road. So, it just doesn't make sense. And then one of my neighbors messaged me and saying that she wasn't informed that the road was going to start. So she can't drive and that she's stuck home.
Mm.
I mean, who doesn't, go around the neighborhood and say to people, look, we're going to do some work and, we're just advising you. I would have allowed that neighbor to park their car in my yard. I don't have a difficulty with that. I'm a good neighbor. So, it's little things that they're not doing that cause people, a little anguish, a little hardship because she's a businesswoman, a
There's a
very,
sense of insensitiveness from them.
yes, you don't get any sensitivity at all, or sensibility for that matter, because nobody considers that when they do these things, they probably just think, oh, they're doing something good. But there are other, you have to cover your bases and make sure that people can still get to and from their homes without having to endure any kind of difficulty. Well, more other than the road that is being fixed, they're supposed to be able to get out and get to their jobs and whatever freely. But we don't consider those things. I also noticed that I walked up to Glenn the other day because some people said they wanted to see me. And I walked up to Glenn from and I noticed that a lot of the holes that I had that was starred on my page, that the and yes, star, I said star because they're not fixing it. So somebody apparently dropped some that clay like substance on it and compacted it. So, you know, but that's insufficient. When the rain comes, it's going to wash out again.
Right.
And what we need is for the representative, who's the Minister of Finance, to take these things seriously. I'm not the only one driving on the road. If it's about me be living there, and that's the problem. I'm not the only one living in the road. A lot of people drive there. Hundreds of people drive there to get to their homes.
But that sort of pettiness shouldn't exist
Oh,
either.
petty is the order of the day. Petty is the order of the day. Everything is it depends on who lives there and who using it. And there's also another road that they started, where Nash lives, just above Mariners, and it comes out by the Finleys, just below me there. They have started that road, and that's a big project. But they just started it's and then they stopped.
Right. Where was all of this work prior to the general elections?
Probably it wasn't necessary because work is done according to a need, like a need, like winning
Need
the
for the
next
people
election.
or a need for them?
A need for them,
Right.
to win the next election. Because honestly, when you drive around East St. George now, you wonder if somebody finally put on some glasses. Yesterday I had to post up about that little stream that runs in front of the MP's office in Calico and runs into Calico, see, behind the fish market. And so and somebody said, oh, one of their people who justifies everything for them, whether good, bad, or indifferent, said that people must realize that it's at sea level. Yes, it's at sea level, but it doesn't have to look like that. It smells too, and it's because people kept calling and calling. Miss Velox, you need to see it. You need to post it up. And I decided to go eventually because I'd posted it up prior to that, and I decided to go back, and I could not believe what I saw. It's just crazy. Also, in front of the police station, the side of the police station, going up to the town hall there. I looked in it the other day. What's that thing? Mr. Cummins, you remember? What's that yellow thing that used to be in the water? Your parents tell you don't put your foot in. It's ground itch or something like that.
Yes.
That's in the drain there.
Yes.
Very visible. This is a town that has a mayor. Well, Not really, he's not really the mayor. Tongue warden. I call him the mayor. And from my information, he has about 30 people on his payroll. What do they do?
Mhm.
If you're not even cleaning. Last time they had parliament, I was so pleased to see that at least they cleaned that drain, at the side of the parliament there. Because that was one of the pictures I had put up
They
some
only
time ago.
they only campaign, it seems. They get paid to campaign, not paid to do what they're supposed to do in the constituency.
The condition of East St. George is sad.
Mhm.
It's sad to look at it and to have so on both sides, coming into Villa Flat there on that corner where Milton Cater used to live.
Mhm.
There you have a smelly drain, and then on the other
Next to
side you
restaurant.
have another smelly drain. It
Right next to a restaurant. Yeah.
it greets when you go in. That's what you're greeted with.
Mhm.
Two smelly drains on either side. I mean, that's not good enough.
Are these the issues and others that you plan to raise at your village meeting in Glen come September 3rd?
Come on, Colin. Come on. What I'm going to raise at my village meeting, yes, they're all East St. George issues, but I don't even want to give anybody a hint because there are other matters that I'd rather save for then.
Mhm.
But
Come out,
yes,
come
well,
out and hear. Come out
I
and hear for yourself. Yep.
yes, I will be raising those along with other issues that are happening in the community because there's 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 just I think what happened the constituency was left to decay
Mhm.
for 10 years because I think he wasn't challenged enough last election, so he didn't feel compelled to do anything. Well, it's a different kettle of fish this election. I'm advocating for a lot of things to get done, and I'm holding him accountable when they don't get done because he is the representative. I keep saying this. He was not um, elected to be Minister of Finance. That's just by the way.
Mhm.
He was elected to be the representative for East St. George, which makes that his priority. Now, he doesn't even come into East St. George too much. And then he depends on some people to give him information. Most people who give him information tells him what he wants to hear.
Right.
So I understand he's now walking around the constituency and probably is surprised when he hears different things,
Mhm.
which means that you need to be more. No, I can't tell him how to
Too
do this.
little,
I'll
too
do it.
little, too little, too late.
Yeah, too little, too late. I know it's too late for him now. I'm just
You
telling the
can't
people of
fool
East St.
people.
George that they're going to be my priority when I become their representative. Yes, they are
In
going to be.
inside and outside of elections.
Inside. No, I am not a seasonal representative.
Mhm.
That's the point.
I'm not a seasonal representative. It's representative for every day, every year that I am your representative. I will be there working assiduously, working my finger to the bone,
Mhm.
hands on representative. I'm going to be involved, intimately involved in everything that happens in East St. George.
I mean, you're already making your contribution in Parliament, even though you're not an elected member of Parliament. But you've been consistently making your contribution as the New Democratic Party's representative in East St. George in Parliament.
I have been because thanks to a certain friend of mine, good friend of mine, who we shall not name names right about now. And my friend Daniel Cummins, he
Mhm.
has been as
Mhm.
accepting my request and even offering to put forward any questions I have from East St. George. And to
So
date, I think we have been very successful with them.
why
Absolutely. Absolutely.
why you feel the need to do that when some would say, why don't we wait to turn until you're elected to go in parliament and raise these issues?
You know something, Colin? Sometimes you have to show people what you're made of and what you're capable of.
Hmm.
So I thought that was a way of showing them that, hey, this is the representation you're going to get.
Right.
Because the fact that I'm asking these questions, it means that when I go in and go into parliament, um, nobody wouldn't get the opportunity to ask me these kinds of questions, because I'm going to make sure that when projects are executed, they're done properly.
Hmm.
Properly.
Bottom line.
We're going to make sure that
And
they're professionally done.
and well managed, especially
And
taking the fact that you have such a history in banking. They will be well managed.
Colin, at the end of the day, these things don't just drop out the sky. There are usually documents to go with them,
Hmm.
scope of works and everything like that.
Hmm.
You're going to have to stick to the plan. I mean, it's not going to always be a perfect scenario,
Right.
but you will make the necessary adjustments as you go along, so that the project can be completed and that the work is properly done. Quality.
You know,
We don't
there's
want to
something
be spending money crazily like that.
there's something I want to add to what you're saying, Sister Laverne, about project execution. And I want the Vincentian listening public to understand, and viewing public understand and appreciate what is the source of the problem with getting projects executed within time and within budget. When a government deliberately refuses to do, take the simple case of roads. When for 5 years plus you're not touching the roads, and then for the last 6 months you're trying to cram all that should have been done in 5 years in 6 months. To begin with, you do not have the manpower to do the necessary supervision. There are not enough engineers and technicians to monitor, so that projects get executed in a whimsical way, and nobody is there. All they're interested in is making sure these people get paid, whether or not the job is done properly. Let me give you a simple example. I lamented the fact that on our highways we have such deep gullies. The leading one was there on the main Leeward Highway at Gibson Corner. I mean, that hole was over 3 foot deep and just as wide. One night, one of my wheels went into it, and I because my light was poor, and I really felt every fabric of my body shake.
Hmm.
Finally, they have decided to fix that hole, but they also listened to what I told them about the whole issue about drainage. When they built that road for more than a year, they had the road all the way down to the hospital, folding like a tablecloth, because they did not do the necessary drainage under the road. Thank goodness somebody supervised that and cut a drain across the road, so that they have the mechanism for the water as it flows beneath the surface of the road to go into the drain and not continue down. If you're going to repair these roads where there's always water welling up, the first thing you need to do is to drain the area before you attempt to put bitumen in
Yes.
an area where water is going to come back. So that's just part of the thing. But even beyond that, when a government's um, when a government is preoccupied not with ensuring that the country gets value for money, but rather which contractor that they favor is going to get the contract so that they can get their cutbacks. Nobody benefits. The whole country suffers. And that is at the root of the problem we're feeling in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Nobody is there putting pressure on contractors who are errant to make sure that they give the people value for money. Because some of these contractors are untouchables. They are so politically connected. And nobody, if you send engineers to monitor, somebody else will overrule and make sure they get payments. And those are the kinds of things that lead us to the problems that we face in this country. Big soaring debt and nothing to show for it, because they do not understand that when you do things properly, the contractor benefits, the users of the road benefit, the people of this country benefit, everybody benefits. That is why the government still can't pay so many contractors, because they're not using the fair method. Some people are being paid even when they don't perform, and others, when they overperform, still not being paid. That kind of policy has to go. There must be equity, there must be justice and fair play, because
Yeah.
only so can the people of this country benefit from any investment that the government would make. That's the heart of our problem. And the only way to get rid of that is to remove this government once and for all. Put
Yes.
an NDP administration led by Dr. Friday, who will look after the interests of all of the people of this country. Look at the number of contractors in this country who haven't been paid, and these clowns don't understand. When you don't pay the contractor, then the suppliers don't get paid, the workers don't get paid, the NIS don't get paid. The whole system collapses when the government fails to pay its bills. The government can't pay the bills because they're not looking after the economy. The economy has been destroyed. Nothing happening in agriculture. Tourism has so much more to go. They don't understand what the new economy is about. And of course, the blue economy, they have destroyed that completely, beginning with alcohol. So the solution is very clear. We keep telling you, the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, about these 4 pillars. And some of people are finally beginning to understand what we're talking about. The fact that you need to build an economy so that you can have salaries improved, that you can reduce the cost of living by reducing the VAT, among other things. So it's all there for us to understand and to go out on election day and make that move. Every Vincentian has that responsibility to change for the good.
I wish to take this opportunity to highlight something in Kaliakwa. The road are, f- are completed well. So they say they have gone as far as they can go on 6 or 8 million. I've been hearing 8 million recently that was spent on that road. But it's really smooth. Mr. Cummins, you parked on it the other day, you see. And when a road is like that, then you have people speeding up and down. There are no potholes to stop them. School reopens next Monday. And I think the traffic department needs to look into it, to put in some measures to protect the children, whether it be speed bumps, whether it be pedestrian crossings, whatever. But they need to be put in, because a lot of children come down to wait on vans. They have to cross the street. Some of them actually live in Calico and surrounding areas, Glen and those places, and they would walk home. So I think it is absolutely necessary to put in some pedestrian crossings, some markings in the road, or even my thing is the speed bumps would stop them.
Especially on this side, heading up the one that will normally take to go
Right,
to
right.
Chopins.
When you come up by Duggan's shop there,
Right.
between that and PH Vera building, coming up on that is one of the main streets in Calico. And it really, something needs to be done, because that it looks very much like, if you don't do something about it, we can have some serious problems on that street. So, and even the people in the constituency have been voicing their concerns about it. So I think it's
It's
something
a
that
good
needs
measure.
to be looked at.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I want to join you, Sister Lavon, and sometimes I wonder whether you're into financing and banking or engineering, because your observation is so pertinent. Especially that main part of the road where there's through traffic to all the other communities, and on which you have, on the side road, you have a primary school, among other things. Uh, on some parts of the road, the drain is so deep
Mhm.
and uncovered. The-
Yes.
on that particular street, what is required is to have covered drains on both sides of the road,
Mhm.
so that you have sidewalks,
Sidewalks,
proper
right.
sidewalks, particularly for the children and the elderly, because the road is is wide enough to allow 2 lanes of traffic, but when they're speeding, they, they don't leave any room for anybody who's walking on the street. So the design clearly is at fault in that they haven't done the necessary surveys to understand the traffic level. I'm talking about the stretch right
Yes.
through your office, past the
Right.
church, and so forth. That
Going straight up
particular
to the
piece of
church.
road,
That road takes you up to Choppins. It takes you to Fair Hall. Other
that's the
parts,
point.
Golden Vale.
It is a main road, and therefore there will be lots of traffic on it. But there's also a lot of school children and other
Yes.
pedestrians, and
Mhm.
therefore you talk about crossings and so forth. The thing to do is to have sidewalks on both sides of the road. You have some of the drains being over 3 foot deep with a straight drop, no edge. So if you're walking on the side of the road and a vehicle come in, you have to quickly move. You're going to get injured. You
Yes.
must have sidewalk on both sides of that particular street to make it safe for people to walk,
Yes.
so people have the opportunity to wait until it's appropriate to cross on either side of the road. That is a
But
design flaw for a project that took so long. It's the little things that these people do not get right. An otherwise fairly decent project is spoiled by the lack of understanding of the users of the road and how
but
important that section is.
I'm also hoping that works are going on in terms of getting the grids done to cover the manholes on that are there, because what they had were pieces of plywood. Now with rain and everything, that those pieces of plywood are now, like a book leaf, they're falling apart, and they would break easily with any kind of weight, even if children run on them. And so that part is also a danger. So I am hoping that before school opens on Monday, that those grids are put in place to avoid, or even concrete slabs or whatever it is they're going to be using, that they change out those pieces of plywood so that the children
And,
could be safer.
and again, it points to a lack of care and no proper project management, because there's absolutely no reason why, as soon as those manholes are cast, that they wouldn't have the grills made to cover them even as other work is going on. That's not so difficult. When you have a project schedule, these are the things you plan. These are the things you coordinate and organize, so that as you cover the sidewalk or the drain, and you have these manholes, you make sure as soon as the concrete is cured, you come in not with some rotten piece of plywood, wasting material. Build a steel frame to fit into it right away, and you can put it even before the concrete is is cured, because the thing has support underneath, and it would cure in due time. But put in the grills over these holes so that people can walk in safety. Again, when you start doing the culture pot there in Calico, you have to be mindful of the visitors who will come in who are not familiar with the area. And so you have to have adequate lighting, and you have to have all these manholes properly covered so as not to create any injuries and litigation coming from that, especially when you have tourists coming into the area to patronize the services that you will be offering. So these are the important things, and it's amazing to see that for somebody who is not steeped in engineering, fully understanding the significance of these failings on the part of the government. So blatant for somebody who controls the purse strings, not to
Well,
understand how we can use our money wisely. Huh?
Mr. Cummings, I've always prided myself on being meticulous with anything I do. Cover all my bases, make sure that everything is considered. But when you also care about people, and I'm talking about genuinely care about people, not about their votes only, you care about their well-being, you care about their safety, you care about, whether they're eating and things like that. It's just a natural thing. It just comes naturally after a while that, you just make sure that everybody is okay, and hopefully they are. And while I'm on that, I just wanted to point out that yesterday I visited. I went to the Blue Lagoon area where some of our people from the Southern Grenadines are still located following burial. And I am just asking, folks, to, just go down there, speak with them, see if they have needs and all of that, because I don't think they're getting this sort of support
No.
that they need from from the powers that be. So
Over a year and some still.
right. So you know, just pay them a visit, sit and speak with them, listen to them, try and help out in any which way you can. I've been trying to do my part, and I know other people have been going there from time to time, but sometimes you always leave thinking that it doesn't matter what you do, it's never quite adequate. There's so much more that you can, or you should, or you want to, but sometimes we have other priorities, other things that we attend to, other areas that need attention, and we have to split ourselves up. I mean, it's politics. You have to split yourself up in so many ways just so that you can try and take care of the needs of the people, and you have to do so, with an open heart and a spirit of care and generosity.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, politics for you.
All right. Folks, I think it's a good time for us to take the commercial break. We're just pretty much about 10 minutes away from the 12 o'clock hour. And when we come back, we'll come back with more from both chairman and deputy chairman of the New Democratic Party, the Honorable Daniel Cummins and Laverne Gibson Velox, here on the New Times program. Stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back.
Yes, we're not voting you will be again. Never. They want everything for themselves. Everything. They acting like SPG is theirs. But SPG belongs to we. But the yes, it's ours. Ours. People, let me tell you something. Let me tell you. I don't like how Labour moving. Every time they have all the big meetings. Only for big money they spending. Put them alone. While things in the country getting rough, poor people not making enough. I am appealing to everything. See, don't make Labour Party come by. Don't let them come. Things in SVG getting too hard.
Run you will be out of your yard.
This government treating me too bad.
Run you will be out of your yard.
Before the lack of work drive me mad.
Run you will be out of your yard.
When the children cry, we just get real.
Run you will be out of your yard.
How you run them all
Out of your yard.
I run them all
Out of your yard.
I run them.
Out of your yard.
Run your LP
Out of your yard.
Run them.
Out of your yard.
Run them.
Out of your yard.
How you run them?
Out of your yard.
Run your LP
Out of your yard.
Things the people losing their mind. Things real rough. Things getting harder all the time. Harder. Poor people can't maintain their home. No. So many people struggling alone. Things in the country keep getting dread. We keep fighting for daily bread. Year after year is hard to campaign. We can't take another 5 years again. No. Things in SPG getting too hard.
Run you will be out of your yard.
This government treated me too bad.
Run you will be out of your yard.
Before the lack of work driving mad.
Run you will be out of your
When
yard.
the children cry, we just get real
Run you
sad.
will be out of your
I
yard.
want to run them.
Out of your yard.
Run them.
Out of your
I
yard.
want to run them.
Out of your yard.
Run the LP
Out of your yard.
Run them.
Out of your
I
yard.
want to run them.
Out of your yard.
Yes, run them.
Out of your yard.
Run your LP
Out of your yard.
Yes, we can't take this no more. It's time for them to go. It's pressure. Run them. Run them. Real pressure. In a minute, what run them? Lee, what run them? Kingston, run them. Nespo, run them. Sinta, run them. Kennedy, run them. Run them. Run them. Run them. Well, the government just don't care. They don't care. They want to keep us living in fear. That's all they want in the country. Every time you go and protest, there's a problem. Labour police, they come and make an arrest. shut up. Standing the police full and we are, oh God. Things in SVG getting too hard.
Run your LP out of your yard.
This government treating me too bad.
Run your LP out of your yard.
Before the lack of work drive me mad.
Run your LP out of your yard.
When the children cry, we just get real.
Run your LP out of your yard.
So I run them.
Out of your yard.
I run them.
Out of your yard.
I run them.
Out of your yard.
Run your LP
Out of your yard.
Run them.
Out of your yard.
Run them.
Out of your
How
yard.
you run them? From
Out
north to
of your
south.
yard.
Run your LP
Out of your yard.
Run Canelo.
Out of your
Run
yard.
Sabato.
Out of your yard.
Run Ralphie.
Out of your yard. Out of your yard.
Run Luke Bum.
Out of your yard.
Run Brewster.
Out of your yard.
Run Carlos.
Out of your yard. Out of your yard.
Run them.
Run them. Run them.
Everybody, it's time to fall in. The New Democratic Party once again is on the move. Central Leeward this Thursday, August 28th at Garden, Bookham and Bay. The NDP is at it again from 7:30 p.m. Stand strong with your candidate, Conroy Huggins, under the theme, Together We Win with Huggins. Joining him on the stage will be a powerhouse lineup. Vice Presidents Major Sinclair Leacock and Nigel Nature Stevenson. Party Chairman Daniel Cummins. From North Leeward, Dr. Kishore Shallow. And from North Windward, Senator Chevron John. Remember, the code is yellow and it's time to fall in. And let's win the thing with the NDP. All roads lead to East St. George, Wednesday, September 3rd at Glen, starting at 7 p.m. We're calling everyone to come out and rally with your candidate, Laverne Gibson Velox, alongside party leader and next Prime Minister of SVG, Dr. Godwin Friday, plus guest speakers, Fitz Bramble, Dr. Kishore Shallow, Andrew John, Philip Jackson, and Kashaka Cupid. This is more than a meeting. This is the movement for change. The NDP is ready, and together with you, we will win.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General, and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
Bonady Supermarket in Kingstown, serving the nation with quality service and excellent prices. At Bonady Supermarket number 2, located at Upper Middle Street, we are proud to serve you. We are second to none. Call us at 457-1616. We at Bonady Supermarket number 2 will always be here for you. Bonady Supermarket, serving the nation with quality service and excellent prices.
Traffic is backed up on major highways.
Oh, I need gas. Good thing there's a Sol nearby.
Oh, good, because we really need a drink.
We know your time is precious and you have enough detours. Our convenient locations are there to serve you on your way. Enjoy the journey. Choose Sol.
Flow's prepaid customers can now unlock big bonus rewards like bonus data, prizes, and more every time you activate a 3-day prepaid plan or launcher. Activate a plan, then scratch to reveal your bonus data. Plus, get points for extra prizes. The more you activate, the more bonus data and prizes you can win. Get in on the big bonus rewards when you activate a prepaid plan. Dial *129# or visit topupflow.com to activate a plan today.
There are many cleaning companies, but there is only one company that cleans, and that is VinsiClean. So you don't have to wait for a season. Cleanliness is enough of a reason. Just finish building your dream home and wish to move in? Then VinsiClean is for you. Do you have oil mark where that car is parked? New tiles just laid and want to remove tile grout, cement or paint? VinceClean is for you. Shampooing of chair sets, mattress, carpet, house cleaning, VinceClean is for you. So whatever cleaning you need and for the best prices and quality on the market, telephone 431-1360, 457-1649. VinceClean, 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 the best in service.
Hannah, guess who nearly burned down the kitchen trying to make gourmet ramen?
You again?
I had no garlic, no butter, no vibes, so I ran to Massy quick.
Just for ramen?
I came out with dinner, dessert, and even items to clean up. Plus, points on my loyalty card. I even transferred money and still had time to grab a little wine.
So, basically, you lived in out.
Honestly, with the parking, service, and the WhatsApp updates, I might move in next week. Who else doing it like that? Massy Stores, our family serving your family and your last minute cravings.
Lewis Pharmacy. We specialize in friendly service with a personal, professional touch. Hence, we take pride in offering patient counseling on all prescription and over-the-counter products. We welcome inquiries on prescription drugs, vitamins, herbal preparation, fitness nutritional products, cough, cold, allergy, and all other healthcare products. For the convenience of our patients and surrounding community, we are situated uptown opposite the bus stop at Juicy Building. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Lewis Pharmacy.
Get value for your money. Shop at Richardson Motors. Shop at Richardson Motors Limited and enjoy 3 services in one. Hop into our convenience store for a wide array of snacks, drinks, and toiletries. Visit our mechanic shop for specialized treatment for your brakes, exhaust systems, and wheel alignment at our garage. But there's more. When you shop at Richardson Motors, get a free oil change service, clean, high-quality fuel, or shop from a wide range of automotive parts and accessories. We are conveniently located along the Arnesville Main Road. Drive on up. Reliability, convenience, and variety. Richardson Motors is your #1 stop.
CK Graves and Company is the number one supermarket, 100% intention. The Intention Supermarket. We've got more of what you're looking for in multiple locations to serve you more and more. In business now for over 50 years, and you will always save by shopping right here. Oh yes, we're #1. CK Graves and Company, and we are Vincent John, a supermarket for you and me.
Air filters, oil filters, fuel filters, disc pads and brake shoes, clutch disc, pressure plates, rotor plates, engine parts, fan belts, timing belts, oil seals, spark plugs, radiators, radiator hoses, water pumps, universal joints, suspension parts, KYB Japanese shocks for Toyota, Nissan and Suzuki, tie rods, rack ends, ball joints. You can also get accessories, cleaning supplies, polishes, titanium tint, black tint, Valvoline motor oils, Toyota and Honda motor oils, transmission fluids, Michelin wiper blades, headlights, corner lights, HID kits, HID bulbs and ballast, LED bulbs, and much, much more can be had at Automax Auto Parts. Automax goes the extra mile and spend the extra dollar to ensure that you get first quality Japanese auto parts. Come see the difference at our showroom opposite the basketball court in Camden Park. Call us at 458-2000 or 529-2070. Visit us on Facebook, Automax Auto Parts. Drive the extra mile to get the best first quality auto parts.
Please note that we open on Sundays from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.
I passed by a brethren the other day. If you see he plays, rat and cockroach racing, mosquito fighting one another for come knee in your ears, and the amount of woodlights I see, I had to wonder if them been in the wood with no attack and build the ark. I said, bye, call Flick.
For the eradication of pests, Flick is your answer. Before and after construction of your domestic and commercial buildings, Flick uses environmentally safe chemicals. And keep washrooms fresh with the Aroma Odor Control and the FemCare Sanitary Disposal Systems. Call Flick Pest Control today at 457-1857 or click www.flickpestcontrol.com.
Memorial Funeral Home is dedicated to meeting the needs of our customers. We go above and beyond to ensure satisfaction and convenience. That is why we are extending our services to the diaspora. Working with Caribbean Funeral Home in New York, burial packages can now be completed in New York to cover burials in St. Vincent. And likewise, packages can be made in St. Vincent to cover burials in New York. Caribbean Funeral Home is located on 1922 Utica Avenue, Brooklyn. Call their office at 718-444-1818 or WhatsApp at 347-925-9557 or 347-231-5410. For more information, call our local office at 458-8888. Memorial Funeral Home. Quality, convenience, and affordability.
Randy Supermarket is perfect for all your grocery needs. We have a range of liquor, liqueur, and wines, fresh and quality bread, and our weekly specials will simply amaze you. Conveniently opened 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Mondays to Thursdays, and Fridays and Saturdays 7:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. We have competitive prices and friendly staff. Randy Supermarket, located at Lower Bay Street and Terrell Street. Call us at 456-2994. Randy Supermarket, where shopping is fun.
Please note that the draw for the raffle will now take place at the West Kingston Constituency Office on the 29th of August at 5 p.m. Tickets going fast. Get yours from your constituency leaders and from the West Kingston office. First prize, a brand new 65-inch flat screen smart TV. Second prize, an all expenses paid weekend for two in Mustique. And third prize, a grand food hamper. Get your tickets now.
Everybody, it's time to fall in. The New Democratic Party once again is on the move. Central Leeward this Thursday, August 28th at Garden, Buckamet Bay. The NDP is at it again from 7:30 p.m. Stand strong with your candidate, Conroy Huggins, under the theme, Together We Win with Huggins. Joining him on the stage will be a powerhouse lineup. Vice President Major Sinclair Leacock and Nigel Nature Stevenson. Party Chairman Daniel Cummins. From North Leeward, Dr. Kishore Shallow. And from North Windward, Senator Chevron John. Remember, the code is yellow and it's time to fall in. And let's win the thing with the NDP. All roads lead to East St. George, Wednesday, September 3rd at Glen. Starting at 7 p.m., we're calling everyone to come out and rally with your candidate, Laverne Gibson Velux, alongside party leader and next Prime Minister of SVG, Dr. Godwin Friday. Plus, guest speakers, Fitz Bramble, Dr. Kishore Shallow, Andrew John, Philip Jackson, and Kashaka Cupid. This is more than a meeting. This is the movement for change. The NDP is ready, and together with you, we will win.
Hey! We all in on this. Enough is enough. This is it. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. You want to hear it again? Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Properly gone. What did it in darkness must come out in light. Yes. Don't you be a coward. Just stand up and fight. Remember they fight the teachers like they have no right. Remember forcing them to take vaccine. All of that was spite. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. You want to hear it again? Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Properly gone. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. totally gone. Enough is enough. The people say it gone now. Somebody gone. Current situation is out of control. Every time you wake up, you're losing another soul. The people, they're not satisfied, but they're afraid to open their mouth. Why? Because if they say anything, they back the food up your mouth. Stop the corner. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. They gotta go. What I tell you? Enough is enough. The people say come. They gone now. 1, 2, 3. Totally gone. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Want to hear that again and again? Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. They gone. They gone. They gone. This country in shambles. People can't get work. Young girls on the corner begging for a buck. Why? If you don't believe, come out after 6. Nah. The things you will see on the street, you can't believe it. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. What I tell you? What I tell you? Normally gone. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now.
Welcome back to the New Times program, ladies and gentlemen. 7 minutes after the 12 o'clock hour. And of course, as we welcome you back to the program, we let you know that the phone lines are now open where you can call and you can interact with us here on the New Times program. With us, we have both chairman and deputy chairman of the New Democratic Party with us. And already, I think we have a call coming in. So let's go to the phone line and let's take our first caller. Caller, hello, welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, Brother Colin.
Good day, man. How are you?
Nice, great, wonderful, and blessed.
Nice to have you, man.
My family. Yes, Brother Colin.
Going on? You good?
Nice, great, and wonderful. And let me say, you and Calico. Sister Bilax. Good afternoon.
How are you
Sister
doing?
Bilax, you hearing me?
Yes, I am.
You hear me, Sister Bilax?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Hearing you loudly and clearly.
Let me bring something to your attention. Villa.
Mm-hmm.
When you talk about Villa, a lot of people don't know Villa have a history. The first plane ever to land is in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
You mean the Grumman Goose?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
The Grumman Goose or whatever it was, I think so.
Yeah.
The plane that used to land in the sea gulf.
Mm-hmm.
And that used to land on the water.
Yes, right by aquatic
and
there.
come in.
Yep.
And he have a ramp in the sea. And he used to run up there. Because that plane used to bring mail from England to St. Vincent. And take mail from St. Vincent to go back to England. And if you got any official going to England, they will carry that. When you see that plane is coming, you have a boat to go out with a red flag in the end. Anytime we see a red flag in the area, we used to have balloon next. We have to go in a rock port. You have a hole called rock port. And lime down till a plane. And when you see that plane don't collect the mails, and you see it turn, sail back out to sea and sea, and he leap on this water and he gone. That is historical.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't know how a lot of yachts used to anchor in Villa Beach. So there's a historical area that should never go run down. The next place that we have here in St. John, Canas Beach. I wonder if a lot of people don't know Canas Beach. It's one of the hurricane shelter we ever have in St. Vincent.
You mean like for yachts?
When you hear hurricane and type of storm coming, all those yachts,
yeah,
and so you Canas Beach, they used to go anchor, you know.
Yes.
That beach is a very deep beach, and sea water never used to run up that how they run up on the other beach. We had some lighter, you call it, for courage, one be named Bonnie, it's a big lighter. And every time they used to throw them lighter and carry and anchor out there. So that was a hurricane shelter for boat. And the only place in business got a hurricane shelter like that is Tumuka Bay. Tumuka Bay and Canas Bay, the same deepness in the harbor.
Mm-hmm.
So when you talk about two historical areas in Eastern Georgia, them two areas, they should never get run down.
What about the third one?
Huh?
What about the third one? In Diamond.
Oh, the Diamond Beach, yeah?
No, it was an airport. The airport was in Diamond. That is why our tax SVD.
Yeah.
It's in Vincent
So
Diamond.
A lot of people know Eastern Georgia historical history that should never wipe off of the map.
Yes.
And so all them keep, but the young people them know. The area, California area, when you hear about fish, big jack sketching, a lot of say news left from all of Kingston, all of down roots are bending and go California, but you hear big jack sketching there. A lot of fish to catch out of Calico. Right out to the hotel they out here underneath it. You should sustain underneath they was shallow. And we should catch a lot of jackfish there. So when people talking about Eastern Georgia got a history that could never wipe up. And when every time I heard about how they run Calico run down, because I was a young man used to be in Calico. He had a guy from Leyby named Kokoti. He was from Leyby. I them be boy dog and shop. He go out there in net and stay out there never. He live out there until he die. So I know the whole of Calico.
And Duggan Shop still going strong, eh? Duggan Shop still going strong.
Huh?
Duggan Shop is still there going strong. I think one of the grandsons runs it now.
Duggan Shop still there?
Yes, of course.
Well, you see? So when you hear people talking, and the only other hurricane shelter we ever have been seen, the two which I tell you, Kumuka was the other hurricane shelter. Because those two beaches were very deep. I wonder the guy where they said John the other day, the school the guy. I heard it like with John in Canas. I wonder if it's the same area he go to bed and John.
I'm not
From
sure.
recently.
I know what you're talking about, but I'm not sure exactly where it was.
Because I hear they say he's young in Canas, so I want to know if it's the same area. Because it's one Canas. So, Sister Bilox, there is some things that.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't know you're such in Bilox, you know, and catch a lot of fish. But when they yacht run, then they just train.
Yeah, the yachts are plentiful now, so pulling saying out there, yeah.
Nothing can do that.
Yeah.
So the whole area, when they talk about Calico, I sleep there. We go out there with net. We sleep out there. We eat there. We drink there. So I know what you're talking about.
All right.
One of the things about Eastern Georgia, though,
we play cricket and Calico playing field. We used to play space on the close cricket there. That park was a very nice park.
Still is. Just needs some maintenance.
When you cricket playing in Calico in them days, the whole of Calico road straight over the all of Duggan Shop. When you watch people over there, like you see jumping.
All
when
right.
I hear about how Calico playing field, you know, it just hurt me. Because I know how he used to be long 10 days.
All right, Hazelwood, let's take some other calls.
It can
All right,
come
then.
back.
All right, thank you. Let's move along. Let's take some more calls. I think we have a caller on the line. Caller, hello, welcome to the program.
Colin Graham, good afternoon.
Hey, man, how are you? Welcome.
I'm good. Good afternoon to my representative, Ms. Velox.
Good afternoon, Charles. How are you?
That's the next. I'm blessed and blessed with the Lord and have health and strength.
Great.
Mr. Hazelwood just touched on something. They could tell when the Leeward people used to come out and lime out the villages. He spoke about he spoke about the days of the plane, the seaplane used to touch down. As a little boy, I have history of remembering that. I could tell you, I am 59 years of age, so Mr. Hazelwood could tell me if I didn't have the time to realize that. I saw that and I see it with my own two eyes. You right where the Young Island boat used to come, the Young Island boat is dock up there. That's where they used to do the end. That's where they used to come in there. Talk about the seine throwing in Calico, where that Coast Guard base is right there. Used to have a lot of seine boats there and a lot of seine used to throw in that area. Yes, there was a lot of fish used to be catching in Calico. Sprat, jackfish, bala, who name it. Calico was a place of fish. Villa Beach used to have numbers of seine as well down there. He is so correct. He is so correct with what he is saying, right? All those things. And talk about the shelter at the Canash Beach. Yes, that was a shelter. You used to have where when we have storms, we used to have all the big boats coming up sometimes at Villa. They used to come up in Villa. You remember what's his name there? Mr. He died now.
Beulah?
The Williams
Uh,
had a boat that run aground on the wharf right on the shore of a club at one time. Subject to correction, somebody correct. I think they used to call that boat Hyrule Star. Hyrule Star, I think that boat was named. We had the Hyrule Star, we had Grenadine Star, and
Iron
that
Star
boat,
wasn't
one
the
of that boat,
government's boat. That wasn't the government's
Hyrule
boat.
Star was a well, I think it had something to do with Arthur Williams. I think was if I'm correct, if I can remember, my memory is good. That boat used to run to Trinidad and those places, and that had run aground, come aground right at Aquatic Club there for now during a hurricane and so forth. So yes, it is the Villa Beach and the Canash and so forth is known for its own history. Back in the day when we even had Mariners Inn, which was a well activity place for foreigners when they come. That was the number one liming spot at the an aquatic club, But nevertheless, speaking, I've been listening and seeing what's going on. We really needs a change in East St. George, and we are going to get that change, Colin. We are seeing that even where the representative, the person who said they represent East St. George, who said they represent East St. George, yeah, but we know the true representative in East St. George is Mrs. Phillips. Even though she is not there, she's still representing. You look at that stagnant gutter right behind Four Shells going up there. You can't tell me as a representative who you say represent and your place is right there. Your place is your polling station place, your office is right there. And you can't get an excavator to go at the mouth of that river and bust it so that water could escape and go out and vanish away in the sea. Keep it running. You can't do that. You have to leave that stagnant water to come right up there and block up and smell up that whole area of mosquitoes and all sort of thing. And we're talking about controlling mosquitoes. Even going down in Canash where he's living, there's stagnant water right under that bridge where he's living there and can't do nothing about it. I heard somebody call already and spoke about that, and there's pictures and so that I have to with that same place, even going inside there, they fix the road to a certain place and leave it going all the way down to where Chris living, the Connells living going down there. They'd never touch that road and fix that road and give those road people who living down in that area proper road to drive on. And these are people who are paying their tax and all these sort of things down there. What happened to those people? They are not human beings too. They don't deserve to drive on a good road to get to their homes. There are people who did a lot of contribution to the country who's living down there, who's ageable now. And if they had to come out there to driving out in that road, they kind of bulky, jump it up and down and so forth. There's a road break in a way, right? When you go into where at Duggan Corner, Mr. Deluxe, you go into right where Duggan was living up in Watermill and going around up inside there. The road broke away. The road broke away. And it's just, if it's just a piece of thing across and across, passing on, we need people who could represent us and not just there to fill their pockets, but look out for the people. The people has been crying. I listened to Ross John on a program this morning, and he touched on a couple of things, and he speaks his mind. And knowing him, he's a person who speaks his mind. And if we the people can't speak and can't voice our voice, and every time we speak, you try to hush us up. What are you telling us? I listened to I you know what that make me went over the weekend, Colin. What I was doing over the week, I went back on my phone and I looked for some speeches of Malcolm X. And when I listened to that man speak, boy, I don't know if he was alive and stayed alive for a while. I think he would have been the president of America at one time if he has lived his life out. When I listened to him speaking about house slaves and how the house slaves used to operate, it shows that right now in St. Vincent, we have house slaves within the ruling party right now.
Yeah.
We have house slaves
All
because
right.
anything the slaves on the plantation outside talk about, which is we the person in the opposition, we the people who want what we want. Every time we speak, the house slave say, no, master this and master that. And no, we can't. So we shut up and we've been humbled.
Yeah.
And there's a speech that I'm going to send for you, Colin. It's very short from Malcolm X. I would like you to play it. It's very, very short. It tells you about how people felt when you try to speak out what is our own self. That when we speak up about our people, how the white people get offended.
All
And
right,
who's the
Charles.
white people?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
again,
right.
who's the white people? We have one man who's a white man trying to run all the way, and
All
that
right.
ain't have a wonderful day, Miss
All
Villa.
right. Thank you.
All right, Charles.
All right. Let's take some more calls here on the program. I think we have another caller on the hold. All right, we lost that caller. Please feel free to call back. This is the segment of the program where we take your calls, your engagements, your interactions, any questions, comments, queries that you'd like to raise. Now would be the time. We have another caller. Caller, hello, welcome.
Good afternoon, Colin Graham.
Good day. How are you, man?
Fine, thank you. I listened to you and Miss Deluxe speaking and the issue. But I want to mention something that I noticed a couple of weeks. I noticed that, I think it's last week out before, that Miss Deluxe make herself available on another radio station, and I thought that she handled herself quite well. And I hoping that persons from the NDP, if given a chance, will do exactly what Miss Deluxe did and VFM.
But there have been other members of the NDP who took that opportunity too as well.
Well, now you tell me, so I will pay close attention to see, because
maybe you only tune in and heard when Miss Velox was on and you was busy the other times.
Well, that sounds like a compliment for Miss Velox. So she at least she had me listening. But I did listen, and I heard she saying and this station that she enjoyed her day on radio. That particular day, and it's good to see that she acknowledged that, because there is a need for people to hear from the NDP, regardless if you don't think that WFM amplify NDP's position.
But that's not true, Kingsley. Members of the New Democratic Party have been appearing on WFM on various programs for quite some time now. It's not a new thing.
Well, well, it's good to know that that they does.
Maybe when you come off WFM, you don't normally listen and tune into the radio station. You listen to others.
No. I do exactly what you tell me to do. I pay attention to all of them, and I don't use, like you say, I listen to young movie on the man. You don't use the issue to respond because you have a platform. So I learned that from you. But it's good to see that. It's good to see that Ms. Willox is making herself available to deal with the issue of sharing her opinion right there. She don't think that I'm a fan of her, but you might be surprised. Colin, you have a great day. I listen.
All right. Thank you, Kingsley. All right. Thank you for that. Let's keep the calls coming, ladies and gentlemen. The phone lines are open here with us. With us, we have both Chairman and Deputy Chairman of the New Democratic Party, the Honorable Daniel Cummins and Laverne Gibson Velox, here in the studio with us. And of course, we are taking your calls. It is 25 minutes past the 12 o'clock hour, and I think it's now time for us to take the lunchtime commercial break, but we have a call. So let's take the call before we do that. Caller, hello, welcome to the program.
Hi, Colin.
Good day,
I'm back again.
Welcome. It's always a pleasure having you.
Yes, won't be too long. I just wanted to check, is Daniel here?
Yes, he's still here with us online.
All right. Okay, Daniel. I just wanted to listen to the conversation earlier this morning, which spoke quite a bit about the failure in the transportation infrastructure in terms of roads, etc. Daniel, I wanted to just prod your memory. You will recall, Daniel, that in the NDP regime, there was something called a public sector investment program.
Of course.
And the
PSIP.
public PSIP. And the PSIP was, in fact, the government of the day programming, particularly its capital projects, for implementation in a 2-year cycle. So every 2 years, the PSIP would be updated. What that did is that it enabled the government of today to manage public infrastructure in a manner that addressed two kinds of needs. One was the social needs as well as the economic needs. The social needs, surprisingly, one of the things in the social needs was the transportation infrastructure on roads. It was also an economic need. But I'm just reminding you, Daniel, to make the point and to ask you if you have heard over the past however many years, at any time in Parliament, any reference made to a similar program, a similar approach to utilizing resources in a more effective way by setting out what the key priorities would be and identifying how these would be implemented over a 2-year period. Part of this, of course, was it was being used to generate external support from international donors who then saw that there was a consistent approach to the planning of the development of the country. I'm just asking, are you aware of such an approach still being undertaken by the current regime?
It's quite interesting, Randy, that you should raise this issue, because my mind goes immediately back to when this regime came into power, as they like to say.
Mm-hmm.
There was an entity headed by one Carl John that involved the overseeing of these significant programs.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when they came into being, the fellow we have here said to me one day, I get 3 for the price of 1.
Mm-hmm.
That was an attempt to replace Carl John with 3 people. And I remember looking him squarely in the face and saying to him, the 3 you have selected are not even 1 compared to what you have lost in Carl John. I said that, Randy, to say I come from an era where public servants were allowed to be public servants and to be very professional and to act in the interests of the country. When I see right now so many major capital projects being housed in the Ministry of Finance, and I ask myself and I ask those in authority, who are the people who are in charge of supervising and monitoring and making sure we get value for money? And they tell me, oh, we have an engineer and we have a surveyor and so forth. That's the extent of the team that is managing hundreds of millions of dollars in projects. and one wonders, whether this is an accident or it's deliberate, because clearly they do not intend for the Vincentians to benefit from these projects. Projects are there so that certain people can get their cuts. That's it. They're destined to fail.
Well,
That's
you see, Daniel, sorry. Yeah. No, I was just going to make the point, Daniel, that in a sense, that is what triggered this in my mind, because we had to do proper development planning. We had to ensure that we did a proper project, which was properly designed, properly costed, and that we had an implementation schedule
Of course.
By which that project, right, was run. For example, I don't want to keep us too long. For example, I was saying to someone the other day that the airport, Argyle Airport, which was done, and kudos to the government for enabling the construction of the Argyle Airport, even though, as I made before, even though the preliminaries were there when they came into office in power, as you put it, in 2001. The preliminaries were there for Argyle, but I won't go into that now. So that this was because of the way in which the management of the government resources was structured, so that there would always be a rolling process of identification of key projects, because it was seen that these projects were related to critical development initiatives and were intended to drive economic activity. They weren't things that just happen because they're supposed to happen. And it was this PSIP, and just don't want to stay too long. It was this PSIP, Daniel and Laverne, which enabled the government of the day to be able to achieve the kind of growth that it was that had been achieved, because there was a structure that was in place that guided the implementation of economic activity.
And Randy, most importantly, the objective of this PSIP had absolutely nothing to do with winning an election. Nothing.
Absolutely not.
It was all in the interest of the country. I know that.
Absolutely not. You couldn't, Daniel, in those days, you couldn't go to the international financing, whether bilateral or multilateral, World Bank or bilateral like the EU, or even in those days, USAID used to provide financing for development projects. CEDA, you couldn't go to them seeking support for your programs if your programs were not properly structured and related to a development agenda. The politics, right, was immaterial. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to make this point and then wrap up. To show how serious this was done, there was a cabinet subcommittee called the Planning and Priorities Committee, a subcommittee of cabinet, chaired by the then Prime Minister, Sir James Mitchell, comprising the minister responsible for infrastructure. In those days, it was communication and works, agriculture, which was a key thrust of the government, and then depending on what the focus would be, if it was education, then the Minister of Education became a member of that committee. If it was health, the Minister of Health became a member of that committee. This cabinet subcommittee met monthly, and it reviewed what was happening with the implementation of projects and how public money was being utilized. And I tell you, you couldn't mess around. And I can tell you from personal experience, it was not a good thing to go to the Planning and Priorities Committee as a civil servant, as a public official, and not be well prepared to deal with what was going to come your way in terms of how the public resources were being utilized. You know about this, Daniel, because the water development of the Water Authority fell under the scrutiny. Even though it had its own board, it fell under the overall and general scrutiny of the central government.
Because it's part of the national development plan. You can't.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I just thought this morning when I heard yourself and Laverne having that conversation, particularly with regards to what is happening with the roads and so on, and it struck me, oh, what a far way how far have we fallen from being taking an approach that ensured that public resources were effectively and efficiently utilized and that it delivered for the benefit of the people for whom, in the first instance, those resources were organized and arranged. I just wanted to ask you that.
Thank you so much, Randy. I've been making the point that we in the New Democratic Party know what is required to be done and are committed to doing it in the interest of our country. Yeah.
Wonderful. And there's a historical base for so doing.
Absolutely. Been there, done that. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Thank
Take
you much.
And keep going, Laverne. Keep going.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. And with that, we will take the commercial break once again, the lunchtime commercial break, and we will be back with more here on the New Times program, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us.
This election, I want to tell you one thing. One thing. You see, we Vinci, what? You see, we're not voting you will be again. Never. They want everything for themselves. Everything. They acting like SPG is theirs. But SPG belongs to we. But it is it's ours. Ours. People, let me tell you something. Let me tell you. I don't like how Labour moving. Every time they have all the big meetings. Only for big money they spending. Put them alone. While things in the country getting rough. Poor people not making enough. I am appealing to every Vinci. Don't make Labour Party come by. Don't let them come. Things in SVG getting too hard.
Run you will be out of your yard.
This government treating me too bad.
Run you will be out of your yard.
Before the lack of work drive me mad.
Run you will be out of your yard.
When the children cry, we don't get real.
Run you will be out of your yard.
How you run them? All
out of your yard.
I run them. All
out of your yard.
I run them.
Out of your yard.
Run your LP.
Out of your yard.
Run them.
Out of your yard.
Run them.
Out of your yard.
How you run them?
Out of your yard.
Run your LP.
Out of your yard.
Means the people losing their mind. Things real rough. Things getting harder all the time. Harder. Poor people can't maintain their home. No. So many people struggling alone. Things in the country keep getting dread. We keep fighting for daily bread. Year after year inside the campaign. We can't take another 5 years again. No. Things in SPG getting too hard.
Run you will be out of your yard.
This government treated me too bad.
Run you will be out of your yard.
Before the lack of work drive me mad.
Run you will be out of your yard.
When the children cry, we just get real sad.
Run you will be out of your yard.
I want to run them.
Out of your yard.
Run them.
Out of your yard.
I want to run them.
Out of your yard.
Run the LP.
Out of your yard.
Run them.
Out of your
I
yard.
want to run them.
Out of your yard.
Yes, run them.
Out of your yard.
Run your LP.
Out of your yard.
Yes, we can't take this no more. It's time for them to go. It's pressure. Run them. Run them. Real pressure. In a minute, what run them? Lee, what run them? Kingston, run them. Nespo, run them. Sinta, run them. Kennedy, run them. Run them. Run them. Run them. Well, the government just don't care. They don't care. They want to keep us living in fear. That's how they run in the country. Every time you go and protest, there's a problem. Labor police, they come and make an arrest. Yes. When they violate and we try fight, only looking for justice and right. When we talk, they tell us, shut up, stand in the police full like we are. Oh, God. Things in SVG getting too hard.
Run you will be out of your yard.
This government treating me too bad.
Run you will be out of your yard.
Before the lack of work drive me mad.
Run you will be out of your yard.
When the children cry, we don't get real.
Run you will be out of your yard.
I run them.
Out of your yard.
I run them.
Out of your yard.
I run them.
Out of your yard.
Run your LP.
Out of your yard.
Run them.
Out of your yard.
Run them.
Out of your yard.
I run them. From
out of your yard.
Run your LP.
Out of your yard.
Run Camelo.
Out of your yard.
Run Sabato.
Out of your yard.
Run Ralphie.
Out of your yard. Out of your yard.
Run Luke Brown.
Out of your yard.
Run Blue Star.
Out of your yard.
Run Carlon.
them. Run them. Run them.
Everybody, it's time to fall in. The New Democratic Party once again is on the move. Central Leeward this Thursday, August 28th at Garden, Bookerman Bay. The NDP is at it again from 7:30 p.m. Stand strong with your candidate, Conroy Huggins, under the theme, Together We Win with Huggins. Joining him on the stage will be a powerhouse lineup. Vice President Major Sinclair Leacock and Nigel Major Stevenson. Party Chairman Daniel Cummins. From North Leeward, Dr. Kishore Shallow. And from North Windward, Senator Chevron John. Remember, the code is yellow and it's time to fall in. And let's win the day with the NDP.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General, and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
Hannah, guess who nearly burned down the kitchen trying to make gourmet ramen?
You again?
I had no garlic, no butter, no vibes, so I ran to my seat quick.
Just for ramen?
I came out with dinner, dessert, and even items to clean up. Plus, points on my loyalty card. I even transferred money and still had time to grab a little wine.
So, basically, you live there now?
Honestly, with the parking, service, and the WhatsApp updates, I might move in next week. Who else doing it like that? Massey Stores, our family serving your family and your last minute cravings.
Lewis Pharmacy. We specialize in friendly service with a personal, professional touch. Hence, we take pride in offering patient counseling on all prescription and over-the-counter products. We welcome inquiries on prescription drugs, vitamins, herbal preparation, fitness nutritional products, cough, cold, allergy, and all other health care products. For the convenience of our patients and surrounding community, we are situated uptown opposite the bus stop at Juicy Building. Our opening hours are Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Lewis Pharmacy.
Lane's Homeware Plus, located opposite the Financial Complex, official grand opening this Friday and Saturday with 15% discount store-wide. Visit our newly refurbished store for your selection of bedroom wear, bathroom wear, kitchenware, and other household and decorative products. Lanes for quality and price.
Randy's Supermarket is perfect for all your grocery needs. We have a range of liquor, liqueur, and wines, fresh and quality bread, and our weekly specials will simply amaze you. Conveniently opened 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Mondays to Thursdays, and Fridays and Saturdays 7:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. We have competitive prices and friendly staff. Randy's Supermarket, located at Lower Bay Street and Terrell Street. Call us at 456-2994. Randy's Supermarket, where shopping is fun.
There are many cleaning companies, but there is only one company that cleans, and that is Vinci Clean. So you don't have to wait for a season. Cleanliness is enough of a reason. Just finish building your dream home and wish to move in? Then Vinci Clean is for you. Do you have oil mark where that car is parked? New tiles just laid and want to remove tile grout, cement, or paint? Vinci Clean is for you. Shampooing of chair sets, mattress, carpet, house cleaning. Vinci Clean is for you. So whatever cleaning you need and for the best prices and quality on the market, telephone 431-1360, 457-1649. Vinci Clean, Vinci Clean, Vinci Clean, the best in service.
Please note that the draw for the raffle will now take place
at the West Kingston Constituency Office on the 29th of August at 5 p.m. Tickets going fast. Get yours from your constituency leaders and from the West Kingston office. First prize, a brand new 65-inch flat screen smart TV. Second prize, an all expenses paid weekend for two in Mustique. And third prize, a grand food hamper. Get your tickets now.
Introducing Kitty Care Plus Picoactin Syrup and Mint Globin Liquid from Maya Organics PVT Limited. Kitty Care Plus is an optimum nutrient for growing children. It promotes physical growth and enhances intellectual performance. Picoactin Syrup has a synergistic combination of cyproheptadine and B vitamins that help to improve appetite and body weight. And Mint Globin Liquid helps to optimize growth and builds immunity. Get yours today. Kitty Care Plus, Picoactin Syrup, and Mint Globin Liquid. Available at leading supermarkets and pharmacies. Agent Bowman's Pharmacy. Call 456-2235.
It's in the feeling in our weak side. It's in the meaning in our spot. It is the thing that sets us apart. Who we are. Cause the rhythm of life is pumping. Keep things flowing. Before we were falling, our hands up in the sky, celebrating. Come, let your rhythm flow.
TK Grace and Company is the number one supermarket. 100% intention. The Intention Supermarket. We've got more of what you're looking for in multiple locations to serve you more and more. In business now for over 50 years, and you will always say by shopping right here. Oh yes, we're number one. CK Grace and Company, and we are Vincent Johns, a supermarket for you and me.
Get value for your money. Shop at Richardson Motors. Shop at Richardson Motors Limited and enjoy 3 services in one. Hop into our convenience store for a wide array of snacks, drinks, and toiletries. Visit our mechanic shop for specialized treatment for your brakes, exhaust systems, and wheel alignment at our garage. But there's more. When you shop at Richardson Motors, get a free oil change service, clean, high-quality fuel, or shop from a wide range of automotive parts and accessories. We are conveniently located along the Arnesville Main Road. Drive on up. Reliability, convenience, and variety. Richardson Motors is your #1 stop.
Since 2012, we have provided reliable, professional dialysis services in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We are now proud to offer you new solutions for your health problems. Each new solution is being delivered to you with the same high degree of care and professionalism. We also use the best technology in the delivery of our services. So, does your doctor need a precise view of what's happening inside your body? Let us perform an ultrasound for you. Ladies, if it's your breasts, then choose our mammography service. For all issues related to men and women's health at any stage in your life, our team can perform the necessary investigations to put your mind at ease and recommend solutions for your problems. If it's to see within your chest or check for broken bones and fractures, then use our state-of-the-art U-Arm X-ray service. For you aging men and women, we can now check your bone density, which will reduce any complications that may arise with overall bone health, osteoporosis, or arthritis. Health Solutions will provide answers and results in a timely, accurate manner in the most comfortable environment, while you are taken care of by well-trained and experienced staff. Please call us today at 451-2836 or 434-3170, or visit us online at healthsolutionsSVG.com. You can also follow us on Facebook or Instagram. Health Solutions, where we are providing solutions in SVG with care.
We would like to say that Captain Bligh XO Aged Rum is the best rum in the world. And now we can. Voted the world's best rum at the World Rum Awards 2014, Captain Bligh XO Aged Rum. World class in a glass.
Bonady Supermarket in Kingstown, serving the nation with quality service and excellent prices. At Bonady Supermarket number 2, located at Upper Middle Street, we are proud to serve you. We are second to none. Call us at 457-1616. We at Bonady Supermarket number 2 will always be here for you. Bonady Supermarket, serving the nation with quality service and excellent prices.
Everybody, it's time to fall in. The New Democratic Party once again is on the move. Central Leeward this Thursday, August 28th at Garden, Bookerman Bay. The NDP is at it again from 7:30 p.m. Stand strong with your candidate, Conroy Huggins, under the theme, Together We Win with Huggins. Joining him on the stage will be a powerhouse lineup. Vice President Major Sinclair Leacock and Nigel Nature Stevenson. Party Chairman Daniel Cummins. From North Leeward, Dr. Kishore Shallow. And from North Windward, Senator Chevron John. Remember, the code is yellow and it's time to fall in. And let's win the thing with the NDP.
Hey! We all in on this. Enough is enough. This is it. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. You want to hear it again? Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Properly gone. What hidden in darkness must come out in light. Yes. Don't you be a coward. Just stand up and fight. Remember they fight the teachers like they have no right. Remember forcing them to take vaccine. All of that was spite. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. You want to hear it again? Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Properly gone. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Totally gone. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Somebody gone. Current situation is out of control. Every time you wake up, you're losing another soul. The people, they're not satisfied, but they're afraid to open their mouth. Why? Because if they say anything, the vaccine food out their mouth. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. They gotta go. What I tell you? Enough is enough. The people say come. They gone now. 1, 2, 3. Totally gone. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Want to hear that again and again? Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. They gone. They gone. They gone. This country in shambles. People can't get work. Young girls on the corner begging for a buck. Why? If you don't believe, come out after 6. Nah, the things you will see on the street, you can't believe it. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. What I tell you? What I tell you? Normally gone. Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Enough is enough. The people say
enough is enough. The people say they're gone now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the New Times program. And as always, like I say, on a Tuesday, today we're joined by Chairman and Deputy Chairman of the New Democratic Party, the Honorable Daniel Cummins and Laverne Gibson-Bellocks. We welcome each and every one of you back to the program. The phone lines are open and we're taking your calls. Let's go straight to the phone line. Let's take another call. Let's see who we have. Caller, hello, welcome to the program.
Pleasant morning, pleasant good day to Dr. the Honorable Daniel Cummins. Good morning to you, my brother. You don't laugh. That is how I always address my brother. I have nothing but respect for you. And good day to you, my good friend, Lavon. Good day, good day, good day. You know, all I want you all to do is to continue this momentum, even increase it, and go back down from these people, because we need to continue to let our supporters and good wishers know that they don't have nothing to be fearful of this. Let me respect you all here. Have a wonderful morning, a wonderful evening. Love you all so much. I love the pressure that you all is putting on this. God, love you all plenty.
All right.
All right, Biggs.
All right, take care. Keep the calls coming, ladies and gentlemen, as we bring in the lunchtime session to close. And of course, we're heading into the final segment of the program. We're taking as many calls as we can. We have a call on the line. Caller, hello, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Just want to make my presence felt. Listen to all the reports. I am relying on you calling, relying on all those for lifting my spirits at this time in terms of having that change. Right? I regret very much I can't be out there, but I try to deliver my message in whatever way I can. And I always try to be objective, be responsible, and avoid any kind of confusion because I want my people's minds to be clear about what is happening in our country. So, the Laverne, the majestic Laverne Phillips, I just hope you don't disappoint me now because I don't know what I'll do.
I can't disappoint you, Dave. Man, I'd be disappointed myself first, so I can't afford that.
All right. Okay. Well, it's good to hear those words from you. And of course, to the man with all the fire too, Daniel Cummins. Yes, I'm still expecting to hear great things from you. I know you've been serving the country faithfully and well, and I know some of them are really afraid, they're afraid of mouth. I hear the Prime Minister referring to you one time as a crazy man. I said, but what is this? But how do you saying go? Those with all the faults, them he can't see them, He and his own faults, he can't identify himself in the correct way and wants to take control of everybody's mind, brainwash everybody and really make people feel, that they are not important. But my people, let my people go. And my people, I hope you're getting the message right now. I hope you got the message. Too long into that, after 25 years, come on. And we didn't pick up nothing. We learn ABC. We learn common sense. Come on, man. Best wishes. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
And all the very best for you, my bro.
All right. All right, keep the calls coming, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, while we await the calls, if there's anything that either of you would like to jump in to highlight or to bring to the table of discussion here, feel free to jump in at any time.
Colin, just to remind everybody that this Friday is when we're having the raffle in West Kingston.
This Friday.
There are a few tickets still available. Anybody who's interested, contact me on my office. And the raffle would take place about 5 on Friday of this week. So it's your last chance to get that 65-inch flat screen TV, a trip for two to Mustique on the weekend, and a fantastic food hamper.
All right, great. All right, we have a caller on the line. Caller, hello, welcome to the program. Caller?
Good afternoon to one and all. Lamon, it's your old schoolmate.
Good afternoon, Spencer. How are you?
Pretty good. Listening to the program. You see, Mr. Hazelwood, everything Mr. Hazelwood talk about Calico is fact.
Yep.
You see that Calico Bay? When I was a little boy, I grew up and born in Calico. And that day, he's absolutely right about all the sayings that they used to throw in. They used to catch jackfish, sprat, what we call dodger, ballyhoo, everything. Everything. I mean, that whole day was very, very productive. Very productive when it comes to fishing. And Mr. Hazelwood is right. He's absolutely right. But the deterioration, and I hope when you get there, you make a difference. And a big difference, and you'll hold on to that seat for all your life until you're ready to get out.
That's the plan.
That's the plan. Don't disappoint me.
I won't.
Because in the last whatever years, I always tell people, at one time I phoned Bonds on the program years ago. I said, let me tell you something. You know, my old man was one of the founders of the Labour Party.
Oh, yes.
But I tell you something, the best representation Kellyco ever had is my partner Louis Jones.
Here, here.
That is without a doubt. I know that. And everybody who listening to me, who is familiar with East St. George and Kellyco and the surroundings, know that. Never mind which party he belonged to. And so, well, I guess he still is. He's my partner. And I got to give him his props every time. You understand? And listen to me. I don't understand why anybody feel, right, that they have to tie themselves to any political party. That is why you have more than one party. If one fail you in most everything they do, you change and hope for the best. That's what it's all about. You change and hope for the best. And I'm telling you guys, all you got a tall order to deal with. And I ain't saying they go hold to all the promises, you know. But telling you, straight up, I've been around this for a long time. You know I born in this crap.
Definitely.
All you got a tall order to fulfill. And like I said to Major and a couple of people, and I call in on other programs, if you guys can't let the nation know right up front what the financial position is in that country, they got one term. Because you see them promises the NDP making, if all you can't tell them how all they will get the money. You hear me? Or they can't do one thing more than just escalate the debt even more because you're going to have to borrow money again. You got to get the debt under control. And I mean, it's very simple in terms of how all they continue the NDP party. Don't mean all they going to get competition from somebody else. Maybe some other one or two or three political parties might form to compete with the NDP. But I tell you something, you all know me, Colin, you know me too, you know. I hold all the feet to the fire. I'm telling all you right now. Just like all licking up the ULP now, I lick all it up to the same way.
And that is something we never thought we'd see.
Don't worry. If you can't do it, just say you can't do it, but don't make no empty promises.
No, not at
all. Politicians go and politicians come year after year, decade after decade, with the same narrative, and nobody seems to be learning from it. Check it out. I'm born in this, and nothing changes. Except for a few things here and a few things there. But I would like to see if you guys get there, you make a big difference. And you would still, I told the Prime Minister, you know, in 2015, and I'm going to tell you guys the same thing. Daniel, listen to me. It's easy to hold on to power. Is when you get it, how you use it is going to determine whether you keep it or whether it goes from you. See it all the time. You use it for the people, and you ain't got a problem. It's not about yourself. It's about the people. And you're safe. You ain't even have to campaign. I had a mayor, the only city in the whole of Canada, second largest country in the world. She's been in there for nearly 3,000 years. You hear me? A little white lady. Never had to campaign one day in she life. She lived until she's 99 years old. Never had to camp. I'm telling you, I've never seen a sign. And she was the mayor of the city I live in, Mississauga, for 30-something years, nearly 40 years. Never, ever you see a sign anyway. And elected every term with 90-something% of the votes.
Wow.
The new mayor now, she don't even get that. You know, the last time they had an election in my city, 25% turnout. 25. She used to win with 99%, and almost everybody who was eligible to vote voted. Very simple. Just do what the people want. So I'm giving all the good advice.
All right.
All right? Take
Thank
it from me.
We
All of them
appreciate
hearing
that.
me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, no problem. I wish you all the best. You and I went to school together. We leave prep school together.
Yep.
And you know you and I always had a very good relationship.
Man. We got some history.
Plenty history. Plenty history. We know that. And I hope Colin and them may take it the wrong way about history.
No, our history is good primary school and secondary school history.
You understand? Yeah.
All right, Spence.
You still be given. I don't care what you say.
All right, thank you.
Have a good one, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
I think we have a call on hold on the Magic Jack. Caller, you there with us?
Yes.
Welcome.
Good afternoon, Colin.
Good
afternoon, my brother Cummins and my sister Velox.
Good afternoon.
I want to ask the Vincentian people a simple question. Tell me of a better way to grow the economy of St. Vincent and the Grenadines than finding ways and means of making our people productive citizens. There is no better way. You have to make our people productive in order to grow the economy so that we can share it, as we may use the term. Take the bread, as my brother Chieftain said, take the bread and make sure everybody gets a little bite. In my words. Now, when you have a government that's taking your meager resources and outsourcing them, like what they did to rainforest, or what he did to big with Reno. Tell me something. I want to ask the Vincentian people to question. When instead of government invest in our fisher folks, why should he take fisheries and make sure the biggest beneficiary of fisheries in St. Vincent and the Grenadines is rainforest? You come and you brag that such and such a 25-something young people going to Taiwan to go and study. I want to ask this Prime Minister, why can't he ask Taiwan, knowing that Taiwan is benefiting from our marine resources in big waters? Why can't he ask them for at least $2, seeing that they're benefiting from our marine resources, so that farmers farmers now and even our fisher folks can benefit from the mega resources of our water, because you can get some money from them and buy and make an investment in agriculture, agro-processing industries. So, Mr. Prime Minister, we know you will have to butter people, yes, but it's time enough. We learn what is development. You have to develop St. Vincent as a people country, not buttering people individually, because that's not how you should develop St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Find ways and means of how you could develop the masses. And this Prime Minister has failed the Vincentian people in that area.
Definitely.
So you're telling me that bigger bigs, with a proper investment, couldn't do what Ren was doing in Richmond? This government is not investing in the Vincentian people. And I don't see why we as a people should vote for them. Are we fools now that we watch a government? Mr. James Mitchell take a loan and bought all those estates in St. Vincent and the Grenadines and give it to our people. Now we allow a government to come as real estate agent and selling them off, and we settling for a house spot. You give up a estate and settle for a house spot and tell me that is proper thinking? Come on, Vincentian.
Right.
Your resources supposed to benefit you and empower you, not empower oligarchs individually, where people could come and tell that he's a mogul and all kind of foolish name I hear they calling because the resources scanting in one direction. Tell the ULP to share the bread, and they cannot share it because 25 years and telling me about extreme poverty has showed me you have failed the Vincentian people. Come on, Vincentian, wake up.
Right.
There's only one way to grow the economy, is investing in your people, making them productive citizens. Have a good day, my brothers and sisters.
Thank you. All right, we're moving along swiftly. We have another caller on the line. Caller, hello. Caller, hello, you're live.
Hi, good afternoon, Colin.
Hey, good day, man. Welcome.
Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Cummings. And of
Good
course,
day, good
last but
day.
not least, good afternoon to LGV from ESG.
Afternoon, boss.
Mr. Cummings, with your permission, because I know it's axiomatic. It goes without saying that your tree cannot be uprooted from West Kingstown. So, with your permission, I want to focus on the young lady here with us.
Where's she?
And I want to say, because, one of the things that I have come to realize, and I am no expert in politics or political science or anything for that matter, but having been a student of the game and having been a keen observer for a very long time, I would say without a shadow of a doubt that since Louis Jones left his position as representative for Eastern George, I have as yet to hear anyone speak about the issues affecting the people in that constituency, like Miss Velox is doing. The current representative, I listen to him in Parliament, I listen to him on radio, I listen to him sometimes when he does his thing on social media. Hardly anything is said about the plight of the people of Eastern George. And the issues are myriad. There is such a plethora of issues affecting this constituency. And let us remind the folks who are listening, Laverne, that Calico was once the capital of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And for it to be left in such a derelict state,
It's a shame.
it's a crying shame. It's a national embarrassment. But of course, what exacerbates this embarrassment is that the person who is currently the representative for this constituency is the Minister of Finance, who holds the purse strings,
Yep.
who can tighten and loosen the purse strings at his whims and fancies.
But
And
I
yet,
think he doesn't know. I mean, he doesn't move around the constituency enough to know what is happening.
exactly.
He relies on people to bring information to him, and they themselves,
Yep.
can't identify certain things, so they're not able to
Exactly.
carry the message, clearly.
And one of the things that really, really rubs me the wrong way about this individual is his unbridled arrogance. I mean, I always tell myself sometimes I have to just chuckle. I listen to Parliament as much as I can. And sometimes the way he speaks to elected representatives
Condescending.
on the opposition side.
Says it all.
Yes. Yes. And so those are not the kind of that's not the kind of representation that we need. We need representation as being portrayed by Sister Bellops right now, who goes out in the constituency every day, who speaks with the people on a daily basis, and who brings the issues of the people to us on a weekly basis, and who has established herself to be a passionate leader, a representative of some worth. And so I encourage the people of Eastern George to come out and prove in a resounding way what we already knew took place in 2020, that this lady is a winner. And Mr. Cummings, not to leave you out, I was speaking with somebody, having a conversation with somebody yesterday, and they give me a bit of a historical perspective on Edinburgh, that Edinburgh used to be a thriving community back in the day, where I think there was even a beach club down there. That's what the person was telling me. The individual was telling me.
Club Cove.
No,
That was Edinburgh.
It had a name before
It's
that.
Edinburgh. Yes, yes.
Club Cove
I
was when
remember
it
it
was
as Club
renamed.
Cove. Yeah.
Yes, and the fact that this community, certain parts of Western Kingstown, sorry, has been plagued with such violence. We have to create economic activity, enough in economic activity in these communities, get the folks back to work, so that what we are witnessing today will become a thing of the past. And Mr. Cummings, I have a lot of confidence in you. I grew up with you as the head of the CWSA, and you transformed that utility into one of the most successful utilities in the country. And I know you would do the same for West Kingstown when the New Democrat, not if, but when that glorious day when the New Democratic Party forms government. So keep up the good work. I call down God's richest blessings on you both and the entirety of the New Democratic Party team, and of course, by extension, the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Thank you, but
Blessings
don't
all.
go yet. Don't go yet. I thank you for everything that you have said, and I can assure you that I'm going to work tirelessly to bring back East St. George and Caliaqua, but the whole of East St. George to some glory that it would have experienced in the years gone by. And when I walk around the constituency, Louis Jones is the only person people refer to. And it makes me know that he left a legacy there that was second to none. And I plan to build on that legacy. But I also want to say that the gentleman who is sharing the program with me today has been a great source of inspiration for me and a mentor to me. And I cannot ever thank him enough for everything that he does to help me grow in this this political arena. I'm really grateful to him. I'm speaking about Daniel Cummins. He's not saying anything, but it's him I'm talking about.
There's a commonality of purpose that makes us work together beautifully. And people take this lightly, but it's very serious. We are both driven by.
I'm sorry, folks. I gotta run because somebody's trying to get my attention. So blessings.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Yes, thanks. We're both driven by a desire to improve the lives of those persons in our constituency in particular. And that is a passion that some people don't understand. That's nothing to do with ourselves. We don't need politics. Neither of us need politics. We don't have to be in this. But it's that burning desire to see people's lives get better. That's what drives us. And that's what makes such a big difference. If you look at the Crown Prince, who's the representative in your constituency there, here's a person who is only there because people instruct him to be there. He doesn't want the job. He doesn't do the job. In his ministry, he is hardly ever there. But he is good at one thing, and that is talking. Not unlike his father. But he is too big to get down in the gutter to understand the conditions under which people live.
Yes.
That is beneath him. He doesn't have time for that. Getting his friends and cronies into contracts is the priority number one. Who cares if you spend 3 times as much money and you don't get the project done? That's not his business. That's why we are suffering as we are today with such huge debt and not seeing the value for the money spent. So that's the difference between the New Democratic Party and the clowns that are in office now. The sooner our people wake up, the better it will be for all of us.
And they all practice this divisiveness, separating our people. And it's not good for us. Dividing us is not good for our development. And the pettiness too. I mean, if you hear somebody talk to somebody, you that's a problem. How is it a problem? We all have to live together.
All right, we have a caller on hold. Caller, hello, welcome to the program.
Good afternoon, Colin. Good afternoon, Ms. Phillips.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to Daniel Cummins.
Okay, good.
Sometimes, Miss Phillips, it's a long, long while since I haven't called radio, and because of you and you and Colin seems to want to pick up the gun again to really run and do what I have to do. I guess Miss Phillips didn't catch your voices yet. But one I think that really get me upset from time to time when I hear on the programs for the ULP, I hear they going about all these saying that NDP never built a house in St. Vincent for nobody. And I want to ask them who built the houses at Glen above the Lewis Bonnet, what they call Fay Hall. Who built those houses?
It was a plan area.
It was a plan. It was it's in 1984.
It was a housing plan.
It was a housing plan that James Mitchell and they went about and built those houses.
That is correct. And you hear them in Parliament lying shamelessly about that.
Is Nathaniel?
Yeah. And then you go back again and you hear the saying to that NDP never built a school in Simmons. And I want to ask them, who built the college, the community college down there?
Yeah, exactly.
They used to make noise how Mitchell take with Michael Lands. But today, they are bragging. The port in Kingston, where Glenn Jackson had the ramp about all the place when you get some weather. And they're bragging much tourist coming here. But what did they do so far? Ms. Velox, I'm saying to you, continue your works and like I will always do my piece. Colin, this is your friend, right?
We coming to you just now, don't worry.
Thank you, Nathaniel.
You know we coming to you just now.
This morning I'm not feeling so well for the past month or so. I'm not feeling well, but I'm here. And
Give love to the rest of the family for me.
Hope you feel better. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that I can depend on you. I can call on you at any time. I know that. And you know there's nothing but love between us.
I know that. Same to Daniel. Daniel is my friend. He probably recognizes your voice. I know it is, but
Nathaniel, would you please stick to East St. George? I'm trying to have you for myself.
We have to share the love around. We have to share the love around.
That is so true.
Those guys is, at 2015 when I was chairman to listen, there was, many times we interacted and whatever, and some people want to know where I am, but I do my work in the background, and
you're doing your stuff. You're doing your stuff, and I understand what is going on. So, the chatter don't bother me at all. But I just want you to know that you have stiff competition from a group of ladies from West Kingston. I love them to death.
Well, obviously, the more competition we get, better for us. That means we are walking. That means we're walking. When you have competition, that means there's some inches in there, and we keep walking. So we'll have to bind all the competition together for one good.
Yes.
One good is that we know that this time we are gonna push them over because they have lived out their usefulness. So right about now they have nothing more to offer. All they have to offer now is just bribing people and doing whatever they're doing.
And as you say that bribing thing, I just want to remind the people that money can only take you to the supermarket one time.
Yeah.
One time.
It's like when I give the children, children $500, you're simply telling them $500, you're giving them for just buy. At least they can take them out a good year because by the time they don't buy books, all those money gone back again.
Yes.
So the thing about it, we have to work and try to do the best we can.
Yes.
Things will never happen by a click of a finger. We know we have to work hard because we see that this leader we have here trying to put the country in a hole so that when we get there we will have to go. Well, he says that we wouldn't be able to come out of it so easy, but we know it's same like on the Keto time. Those guys and them had doing all kind of crap, but when the NDP get there, when Michelle get there, he realized he has to walk, and he walked until the people give him 15 seats. The first time, They get 13. After that, they give 15 seats to run the whole country. So we know we have to come out and work and do our best. And I don't want to make too much of empty promises. We try to do what is possible and tell the people what the depth of the country is the first thing to get there, so that people will know what we have to work with, instead of we have to go there and make a mess of ourselves and try to do. My thing is, St. Vincent is more to me than anything else, any party. We have to work to build St. Vincent. If we can't build St. Vincent, it doesn't make no sense. If it's just few persons who just going into hell, it makes no sense to go on. So I'm encouraging each and everyone to just work as hard as we know they can, and let's bring home the victory.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're gonna try and squeeze in.
Just
Yes.
just to note, in 1984, when Sir James came into office, that was the first thing he had to do: get a team to come in and examine the finances of this country, and it was in a terrible condition. Clearly, the same thing has to be done here. Lots of work.
All right, let's try and squeeze in a few more calls before we come to the end of the program. Caller, you still there with us? Hello.
Yes, I am.
Welcome.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Ms. Villax. Good afternoon, Mr. Cummings.
Good afternoon.
Good day.
Ms. Villax, I traveled to St. Vincent the last couple of days, and I see you have a post on top of your page with the gutter in front of the ULP candidate office in that area in East St. George.
Yes.
And I've been telling people for years, for a couple of years, that gutter, that area, they need to be cleaned. And when I posted before, a lot of people say how I am trying to pull down the country. Now, I can't understand how I could pull down the country by showing them something that they need to do to make the community better, to make dengue don't spread and other waterborne disease that could come from that stagnant water. And the stench in that place is tremendous.
Yes.
So when I see you post it yesterday or sometime, I was so happy because somebody needs to air it, because it's for the health of the community. And but when you do it, you're pulling down the country. Now, I want to address something to Mr. Cummings. And Mr. Cummings, while I was in St. Vincent the other day, I went up to Fort Charlotte. They still got it closed up. No work is being done. But no, I mean, one or two people will go through it, but they got the thing still blocked off. And I wonder why. Because, Mr. Cummings, there's no work being done at Fort Charlotte. And Fort Charlotte is worse than when they started, because the all-female prison, the barracks that was held, that the all-female prison was using, Mr. Cummings, about three quarter of it is 100% destroyed by fire earlier on in the dry season of this year.
Correct.
They have no cleanup. They do no cleanup, Mr. Cummings. In the back of that is pure garbage. And I want to know how you have such a magnificent historical site. I think Fort Charlotte is one of our best historical sites and a good tourism site. And when I talk about it, they say I'm pulling down my country, Mr. Cummings. I mean, I really don't care what they say. It don't really matter to me. But somebody needs to get these people to think and do things. And what I am hoping for on this go around, that I do not have to appeal. I do not have to appeal like I'm doing now on this radio station for them to fix, because we'll have the New Democratic Party in there to fix the road. Last thing, Mr. Cummings, just promise me one thing. Don't promise me. Promise the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines one thing. One of your first thing you will do is create the bypass road from Edinburgh to Montrose, so that people could have an out when you got accident that is about to be happening on that road that they just fix and pave, and the ignorant van drivers and them with all the speed they're speeding with people, school children inside of them van. And when they wreck and kill up one another on that road, you will have somebody have a road that they could get to go where they're going, especially in an emergency. Please promise me you're going to do that to the people since it's the Grenadiers. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. I mean, there are so many things Doug touched on there now. That new road that they took over 8 years and still not finished. They have 2 manholes in critical sections completely open. No barriers, no signage, no lighting, no nothing. Any village visitor to our country driving that area is sure to run into these things. But respect to Fort Charlotte, after spending millions of dollars, Fort Charlotte is 10 times worse than it was when they started this repair project. I mean, everything is just abandoned, grass growing. If you go in the section that goes all the way down to the old female prison, the trees are growing over the roof now. It's a forest, and there's absolutely nothing taking place inside or around that Fort Charlotte. Everything is in absolute mayhem. What a disgrace with tourist season coming up. I tell you, this country is not real. It's not real. $7 million from World Bank was available to fix Fort Charlotte. They spent several millions and made the place worse and abandoned the project. That is the government in this country. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that is going to bring us to the end of the program today. It's just enough time for us now to have our final comments from both of our chairmen here today. So as has been already established in previous programs, Mrs. Velox, I allow you to go first with your final comments here on the program today.
Always, always.
You know, one of these days, y'all are gonna let me go last, but
never.
I'll wait my turn. Thank you, Colin, and my friend Daniel Cummings. It was great sharing this platform with you today, as usual. You know, whenever you come on, we get an airful and a mouthful, and we learn a lot about our country, a lot more, and we understand why it is absolutely necessary to change this government and to vote in the New Democratic Party led by Dr. Friday and his team that he has so carefully chosen, that he knows is each and every one of us run the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Now, Colin, I don't want to get into a lot today. Suffice to say that next week, what date is it?
The 3rd.
The 3rd of September, we're having a meeting in Glen. We have a battalion of speakers. I didn't even ask Mr. Cummins yet, but I wanted him to, you know, give some remarks in the beginning. I need him to do some opening remarks for me, because the last time he did that for me, man, it was awesome. So that's your role from now on. No, I can't say that, but you do such an awesome job that you always like you prepare the people for what is to come, and they always stay and listen to the end. So that is awesome, and we'll expect you to perform that for us next week. Dr. Friday would be there, and I think that will be the first time Dr. Friday would be speaking at one of my meetings since I've with my feet on my toe in politics in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So that will be awesome. I have my neighbors who are going to be there, as in my neighbors would be Philip Jackson and Kashaka Cupid and Andrew John, and you know, I have Kishore who never ceases to pique the interest of people. You know, whenever he speaks, and he always comes with these little things that have people all excited about.
Meeting with this quotation.
Yes, and you know, the meeting is, and I have Fitz. I mean, I have spoken on quite a few of Fitz's platforms, and you know, I'm returning that courtesy of having Fitz on my platform. And Fitz always bring all the speakers really good, and they come with their own kind of vibe. And I can promise you, it's going to be, of course, I'm going to be the only female. I'm feeling very sweet about that. The last meeting we had, it was all girls, and it was a lot of competition for me, but that's okay. I enjoy that meeting too. But this Sunday, we are having we are reintroducing our haircuts, free haircuts and braiding for the children of East St. George, free, absolutely free. What we want you to do, we don't want to, cross use of combs and things like that. So you bring your combs and whatever hairdressing you use, whether it's gel or some kind of well, we call it grease. You walk with that because people have their own specific products that they use, and we'll have people there who will take care of your hair. We have barbers and we have braiders, and and you'll go back to school with fresh cuts. I understand that some other people had it last weekend, but the children prefer to go to school with, looking nice and new and shiny. So that is what we're going to be doing for them this weekend. So we're inviting everybody in East St. George to just come by. You just have to get there before 2 o'clock. Once you're there before 2 o'clock, you'll get your hair um, combed or cut or whatever, and we start at 9 o'clock in the morning. So it's going to be a long day for the barbers and the braiders. Just come early and we'll get you done. And I'm expecting to see a lot of people come because that's our little way of saying to the people of East St. George, we care about you and we thank you for just being a part of East St. George. And a lot of you come and you say hello, especially the kids. I get so many hugs when I'm in East St. George, when the children are passing. I really appreciate that. I know you can't vote, so that's why I appreciate it even more, because it's coming from your heart. And when I hug you, it's coming from my heart too. So looking forward to seeing you on Sunday. So, East St. George again. Um, I know they're going to be coming at you. They've started. A lot of people are being put on, social welfare, poor relief, they call it. And you never qualified before, but as soon as election is looming and things are not really going in their favor, they suddenly decided that you are deserving of it, which you were all the time. I would encourage you, take it. It's your right. It's not coming from any of their pockets. It's from, I think it comes through the National Insurance Services, and it belongs, that's money that belongs to the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, not any government minister or any senator. It's the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You're entitled to it, so take it. um, just understand that they were depriving you before of some little extra money that you really needed to help you to meet your financial needs. They deprived you of it, but because they want your vote, they're now offering it to you. So please take it. They're also going to be doing the usual T-shirt with the 500, whatever money they're going to be putting in it. People say it's going to be 1,000 this time. Whatever it is, take it, please, because you'll be able to buy groceries for 1 or 2 months, not longer than that. But then you have the rest of a whole 5-year term to deal with, where you're going to be struggling, because that is not sustainable. What the NDP is offering you to be able to get jobs and to learn skills so you can make your own money, that's sustainable. Not what they're offering you, a little $1,000 for your vote, and it's done right there and then. There's nothing more for you to look forward to. And this is what they have been practicing. And when the silly season comes around, they make you all kinds of grandiose promises. Those are just promises, empty promises that is not going to bear fruit. Your lives are not going to be better for it. So I'm just saying to you, just think about it. Think about what they're offering you. And I know you're intelligent enough to make good decisions. And those good decisions will always augur well for the New Democratic Party forming the next government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That is the plan, and you will be a big part of that plan. So thank you very much for supporting the New Democratic Party, and thank you very much to all of those who decide to come over to meet us. We always say our tent is big. We can hold everybody who wants to come over because we are a government, have always been a government, and will always be a government for all the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, because we understand that if everybody is not on board, our country cannot grow and develop as it should. So thank you very much for having me here today, Colin. Thank you for having me share this platform with you today, Mr. Chairman. And I'll see y'all next week on the 3rd and on Sunday on the 31st at the office in Caliacua for the haircuts and braiding. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Velox. Mr. Cummins, it's over to you.
Thank you very much, Colin. And always a pleasure being on this program. I want to first say Fitz and Dr. Kishore Sharma for joining us on the program today. I know Tuesdays is always the main constituency day for Fitz. And when Dr. Sharma is with us, there's an excuse because he's always on sleep. Well, just a few little things to note. My friend, my ambassador in the US, Doug Howard, spoke of connecting roads. I mean, just this week there was an accident on the B1 highway. I don't know what it is about that piece of road between the gardens and the CWS compound. There have been so many accidents there over the years. When that happens, traffic gets blocked up. There's a link road that comes out on the highway just below the church at Gibson Corner. And I've asked in the parliament repeatedly for the restoration of that road, which half the road has collapsed onto the parking lot below. And the road itself, the surface is so badly deteriorated. Right in the area where the late Mrs. Lane recently died, Agatha Lane. Again, we don't expect them to do it because that's not their priority. Just as how they said $30,000 is required to link the road between Edinburgh and Montrose, but that's not priority. So my friends, I see them trying eventually to restore that all-important hard court at the top of Edinburgh as you enter in Potley Hall. They're making a mess of it in terms of the structural work they're doing, but at least it's good to see that something is happening. We will have the opportunity to make sure it is done properly and that the people of the area have full access to that hard court, lighted hard court, so that the youngsters could have something to do in the evening rather than engaging in violence. Colin, thanks for hosting the program. Thanks to all who listened and those who call. I know quite a few people wanted to call in, but they weren't able to. So may God bless us all. Until next time.
All right. Thank you very much. And that brings us to the end of another edition of the New Times program, ladies and gentlemen. But before we bring the curtains down again, just want to remind you of some upcoming activities for the New Democratic Party. Just to remind you, this coming Thursday, there will be meetings in Central Leeward and, of course, South Central Windward on Thursday. So South Central Windward with Brother Israel Bruce, and of course in Central Leeward with Brother Conroy Huggins. Then on Monday will be another village meeting, this time in East Kingstown with the Honorable Dwight Fitzgerald Bramble. And then I think we move on to our very own Lavon Gibson Velox, which will be on the 3rd We continue to have these village meetings across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We encourage you to come out wherever there's a village meeting promoted and advertised for the New Democratic Party to come out and to be a part of these events, ladies and gentlemen. It was my pleasure being here with you again on another edition of the New Times program. God spare, I'm going to be back again with you in the near future. Tune in again tomorrow for another edition. Until then, may the Most High continue to guide us and protect us all, especially in these trying times. Stay blessed and have a wonderful day.
Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. You want to hear it again? Enough is enough. The people say they gone now. Properly gone.
Please note that the draw for the raffle will now take place at the West Kingston Constituency Office on the 29th